Welcome to how to increase your views fast. If you want to stop losing your YouTube views as a content creator, you're in the right place at the right time. I'm Kendi K, and I'm your content creator coach, and I'm here to provide you free SEO tips and YouTube tips to grow your channel. And in this case, for episode 51, we're doing all the things and we're discussing them in real time with other content creators. You're in the right place at the right time to talk shop. This is Shop Talk, episode 51. Today, my friends, we are looking at why are we losing views? Why are we not getting enough views? You're spending all of your hard-earned time and effort, and frankly, you're not being paid for it, especially if you're not even partially monetized. But do you want to be partially monetized? That's another episode for another story. Right now, we're focusing on getting more views on our channel. Friends, we've all been there. I started my YouTube journey in January 2024, the last week of January 2024, and now I'm a fully monetized content creator. I spent the first year on YouTube trying to figure it out all by myself, but it wasn't until December 2024 that I met some other creators in these YouTube streets, and they created a safe space for me to grow my channel, and I grew that channel all the way through full monetization. So now we're on the monetization and beyond journey. So if you'd like to grow your channel and you need to start by getting more views on your content, you're in the right place. Thank you all for checking in. And thank you all for locking in. Let's say hello to some of the content creators and viewers, some of the subscribers and members of Kendi K's crew. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. We want to welcome in content creator Kyle Vlogs. We want to welcome in Elevated Chills. Elevated Chills is in the building. And Elevated, I saw that. Wow, what a great sit-down discussion you had with another one of our content creator friends in these YouTube streets known as Stash Cash. Love that expose. Love that. Thank you. I was tuned in. Now, Kendi K was in the bed, but I was tuned in. I was watching. Absolutely. We want to welcome in JC Calamity Jane. Look at all of these content creators who are here to just talk shop. But that's what we do for each and every episode of Shop Talk is we just talk shop as content creators. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. SFA, thank you for joining us. He is a good human in these YouTube streets. Thank you for always joining and always being locked in. Yes, if you would like to join me for this episode of Shop Talk or any episode of Shop Talk, I always drop the host link and you can help me to co-host this stream. If you're a content creator, you know this content because you know that that's one of the things you're worried about most is how many views am I going to get on my long format content, even your shorts, and definitely your live streams. This is a live streamed episode of Shop Talk. All the episodes of Shop Talk are live streamed. We want to welcome in another member of Kendi K's crew. It is Stealth Health India. And I collaborated with five great humans yesterday. I collaborated with the ladies of Behind the Scenes yesterday. They are part of the GLP-1 community in the YouTube streets. Had an amazing time with them and another one of my content creator friends and my real friend, Low Carb Queen. We went over and we were just cutting it up, and we were most of all just talking about eating better. And I did a little cook along. I took some of my one of my favorite dishes over, and it was a high protein, a low carb, high fiber shrimp fried rice with chicken. And yeah, we don't do diet food. We just do good food and making good choices. Thank you all for joining me. I see those friends are over here, y'all. That's what you do. You collaborate and grow. So don't forget to drop your channel link in the chat as we chat it up and as we do the things we need to do to stop losing views. And in fact, we're going to focus on the other part of that. We want to get more views on our content. So waiting on anyone who wants to join me, but we're not going to wait too long. This train is just going to keep on rolling. Thank you all for joining me for the Sunday Sunrise edition of Shop Talk. It will be an hour of power because, Kendi K goes to church on Sundays. Absolutely, friends. Thank you all for joining me. So here we go. Let's go. Y'all, it is our thumbnails that make folk click on our content. So to me, the number one thing you need to work on, hey there, Gemini Diva. Wait a minute, I had to stop the presses. We have got the moderators in the building with us. We want to welcome in moderator and crew member, Gemini Diva 79. And the reason why I wanted to stop the press is because Gemini Diva was the inaugural, the first member of Kendi K's crew. Thank you, friend. And now helping to moderate this stream. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, friend. Thank you. And y'all help me to welcome in those as they come into this stream because we've got so much great content to cover. I don't want to waste another minute. Here we go. So when we think about our thumbnails, the thumbnails are probably the most important thing to get views on your content. So when we think about content, think about you need clean photos, crispy, clean photos, right? Not blurry, crispy. That's what we mean when we say crispy. We need clean photos that don't have a blurry factor, unless that's what you intended, but that may not be the best thing that you're looking for a thumbnail with bold text and consistent colors. So go ahead, do me a solid. Drop in the chat right now and think about the thumbnail that you saw for episode 51, this very episode of Shop Talk on how to increase your views fast on your YouTube channel. What did you think of the thumbnail? Go ahead and rate me. Give me an A, a B, a solid C, a D, or did I fail at the thumbnail? Go ahead and rate my thumbnail if you would. Because we're here. We are the Content Creator Collective, and we're just trying to grow all of these channels to and through full monetization. So if you're hoping to monetize your channel, fully monetize your channel, you're in the right place. That's what we do over here. All of these channels, that's my goal. Not just for me to be fully monetized, but for all channels that I interact with become fully monetized creators. Because friends, I've been there. Frankly, I was just there. And I just received I'm now waiting on my December YouTube check based on my November revenue. And that will be my 5th YouTube check. Amen. Amen. JC Calamity Jane, it says, yes, a clean and crisp thumbnail. That's going to be the thumbnail is what people see. That is what makes them click on your content. It is the thumbnail. And when we talk about the thumbnail, we're talking about the words and pictures in the visual, and we're talking about the words, the title that goes along with it. All of that is the thumbnail. What did you think of my thumbnail? I have an A. I have an A. It's okay, friends. I'll tell you this, and then maybe you'll be as transparent as you can, because I know this is a safe space for content creators to connect, to collaborate, to learn some things, to grow your channel. What grade would you give my thumbnail for this episode of Shop Talk? Oh, okay. I'll show you. I'll show you what that thumbnail looks like again. Give me a grade on Kendi K's thumbnail. And friends, if you see ads rolling, thank you. Let them roll, friends. Let them roll. And that might be what has occurred. We might have ads rolling and folks have got to wait on the ad because that helps Kendi K's YouTube chat. Thank you. So that's a pro tip, friends. You don't get paid for the content that you create. You get paid for the ads that they can attach to your content. It's the American way, friends. Thank you all for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Now, I would not, Gemini Diva, thank you for the feedback and chatting it up in that chat. I wouldn't give myself an A for this thumbnail. I actually used and streamlined my creation process so that I could quickly get a thumbnail up. I said, my goodness, Kenny K, you cannot be talking about views and citing thumbnails as the number one way to increase your views on your long format content as a content creator without having a decent thumbnail. So I quickly went to work and I said, what could I do? I could activate AI, and I certainly did, using ChatGPT version 5. Y'all check out my series on how to use the newest version of ChatGPT version 5. They just dropped in early August. Friends, the thumbnail is so super important to you as a content creator. I cannot emphasize that enough. Here is my thumbnail for this episode 51 of Shoptalk. Stop losing views on YouTube. So, what do you think? I feel like that thumbnail, it's okay. I think it makes people stop to read it. I like that it is using the bold colors against a dark background. So I am certainly utilizing the principles of marketing by using the white and my signature gold color. But I also believe that there are certainly some things that I can do to improve this thumbnail in the future. Notice that I've got a lot of space on the left and right hand side. ChatGPT was being a little finicky with this morning, but I said I am not going to be deterred because we have got to do episode 51 of Shop Talk. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. I think we're going to have to help. Thank you so much. Friends, crispy thumbnails are there. That's your ace in the hole. Always work on the best thumbnail that you can bring to folks, and your thumbnails should promise what you said they were going to do, right? Whatever you put on your thumbnails, we said we're going to be talking about increasing our views. That's what the meat of the matter is for today. That is the purpose of this episode 51 of Shop Talk, our content creator makerspace for YouTube creators. Now, friends, I know you've seen them, and you've even seen them on my channel because I'm still a small and new and learning a content creator like you. The blank thumbnails that only have our channel picture on them like that, friends, that doesn't do a lot to sell yourself in the YouTube streets. That doesn't give folks a lot of encouragement to want to click on your content. So work hard and get a thumbnail up, and maybe delay the upload of your live stream or starting your live until you can get something of a thumbnail up, even if it's one that you're going to zhuzh up and add to later. Because thumbnails that are just your, a quick fix from your channel picture, they just aren't the best thumbnails. You're working against yourself. You are the one who is stopping your views in that case. We want to welcome in Brit Family Fun. Welcome, friend. Welcome. Y'all check out Brit Family Fun. 10 out of 10. Kendi K highly recommends Brit Family Fun. Thank you. She's a mom. She is a YouTuber, and she is one of the great ones in these YouTube streets. Hey, there is our friend, Nuestra Familia, and her channel name is My Humble Family. Thank you, Liliana. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. We're over here learning how to get more views on our content, starting with our thumbnails. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. So when you have a live stream and you don't take the time, make the time, because using my smartphone, I can even take a picture I did a cooking live stream this morning, did my breakfast, and I did my dinner, Sunday dinner. I got all of those things started. And certainly I didn't have French toast. That's what we did for Sunday morning breakfast was French toast and some other things. You got to check out that live stream so that you can see what I did for Sunday breakfast and Sunday dinner. But I did have most of the ingredients out, so I just spread them out, use my smartphone, and yes, Candy Case fully monetize her whole channel with just my smartphone, just my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and you can too. You just got to get locked in with a great space, a safe space for content creators like Shoptalk. And so, friends, I just took a photo and I uploaded that as the temporary thumbnail. And I'm going to go back now. I'm going to add some words to that picture. And that train is going to keep rolling. I got great views. I had lots of engagement during that live stream. And thank you all for joining me for this live stream as we talk about ways to increase the views on our channels. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for being locked in. Y'all, let's take a look at some analytics. And these analytics came from my channel for the last 28 days. And it talks about the click-through rate. Now, the click-through rate is how many times did viewers get to see your impressions, your thumbnails on their device. Did you know that your thumbnails do not appear on everybody's device just because you uploaded a video or just because you went live? No, it only appears on those that the supercomputers that are in fact YouTube determine, hey, we should push this content, your content out to these viewers. And it's all based on the algorithms. It's all based on your thumbnails. And so with that, how many times a person actually clicks because they love your thumbnail or they like or they want to see more, they're curious, that becomes your click-through rate. The number of times out of 100 that a viewer actually clicks on your content or taps into your live stream. So here are some of my top performing thumbnails over the last four weeks, the last 28 days. So if you would, please drop in the chat. Tell me, which of those thumbnails do you like most? Which of those thumbnails do you like most? We want to welcome in our good buddy, Selling Cook George. And Nuestra Familia says she has dropped number 1 in the chat. She says the Grinch is her favorite thumbnail. And we've got JC Calamity Jane saying hi to Nuestra Familia. Liliana. Gemini Diva likes number 3. And they told the reason why. Okay, Selling Cook George says the reason why he likes Candy K 7-Up Pound Cake thumbnail because it has words on it. Ooh, pro tip. Elevated Chill says he's going with number 3. Doses of Shawnee says number 3. Look at all these content creators, y'all. We are chatting it up. Elevated, that pound cake does that to people. And Kitty K did homemade French toast and homemade Sunday dinner. Y'all better check me out. Gemini Diva is number 3. She likes number 3. So y'all have to stay tuned, my friends. Stay tuned. Thank you all. If you haven't put your vote in, which of these thumbnails do you like best? I want you to drop that into the chat numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which thumbnail do you like best? We're just chatting it up on ways that we can increase the number of views on our channel. Friends, I need you to tap in and I need you to stay locked in until the end of this stream so you can find out which one of these great thumbnails performed best for Candy K over the last 28 days. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what we see on that visual there. Do you see that all of these 4 videos, this is evergreen content. All of these videos are over a year old, but they still are some of my top performing videos for the last 28 days. That's how you know your content is evergreen, because a year later, folks are still clicking on that great content. Focus on evergreen content. That's what I would say to you. That's another pro tip. And selling, George gave us another pro tip. Add a few words, not too many words, so that you cover up your crispy visuals, but add a few words as well that point you and lead the viewer to the topic and to the title that runs adjacent, either right next to or below your great thumbnail. Absolutely. We've got more comments coming in, and I appreciate that. Brit Family Fun says that she has an idea. Can't wait to hear, friend. Tell us more. I'm intrigued. Tell us more. JC Calamity Jane says, I like number 1 because of your face. And number 3, because I like pound cake. So think about that. We're appealing to some things that folks like. Yes, that pound cake brings to me a good homemade Southern pound cake. It appeals to all of my senses. I don't know about you, but a good Southern homemade pound cake, it appeals to all of my senses. And you know what I'll do? That's how Kendi K rolls. I will drop the link to Kendi K's homemade 7-Up pound cake. I'll drop that link after this stream goes on the replay. I will drop that link in the comments for your ready reference. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for staying locked in. We are learning the things we should be doing in order to increase the number of views on your content. Y'all take a look at the views for this great content, and I'm super proud of it because it's still getting views and clicks 1 year later. That's good evergreen content. It never goes out of style. And that good old 7-Up pound cake. Yeah, so stay locked in, stay tuned in. You tell me which number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Drop it in the chat so that we'll know. We're keeping the tally. Let me know, and we'll talk about which one of these performed best for Kendi K in the last 28 days. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for being locked in. We're just over here talking shop and collaborating and growing down in the chat. Thank you all so much. Friends, let's take a look here. Make sure when we talk about content, and I just used the word evergreen content that folks on YouTube are really looking for and searching for answers for. Think about your channel and think about the content you're presenting on your channel. Is there a way that you can rethink how you are putting together your content so that it answers questions that people are actually looking for? Think about the questions that think about questions you ask. That's how Kendi K comes up with every episode of Shop Talk, is I'm thinking about the questions that content creators have. And I'm not just thinking about them. I'm checking the chat. I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at the questions they asked during every one of our live streams. And we live stream Shop Talk 3 times a week for your viewing pleasure. Friends, I take a look at the comments. Folks email me questions, and I use those questions to prompt our discussion for our live streamed episodes of Shop Talk. This is the Content Creator Makerspace. You are in the right place at the right time. We're here to connect, to collaborate, to learn, and to grow our channels to and through full monetization. Friends, think about the thumbnails you just saw. One was using Mr. Clean to clean your glass stovetop. One was on cleaning the grout in your bathrooms, around my fireplace. Did you see that thumbnail? I'm answering the questions. Did you know that YouTube is now the largest search engine in the world? It's not Google anymore. Sorry, Google. More people are searching YouTube for the answers to life's issues. How to keep my grout clean in the bathroom. Y'all, I have so many uses for Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. Check them out on my channel. It's not just for cleaning smudges off the walls. I'm able to use it for so many things, and I've used it for so many ways. And y'all, I just had a bright idea. I'm going to bring compilations together, snippets from all of those videos. I'm going to put them together into one mega video all about all the ways that you can use Mr. Clean and Magic Erasers. That's what we do on Shop Talk. We just talk shop on ways, in this case, how are we going to increase the number of views on our channel, create content that answers questions that people are asking. Viewers, subscribers, YouTubers, and just humans around the world, around the globe. If you've got the answer to that, that can be a video, and that could be a video that could get you even more views. Thank you all for joining me. And we've got some content creators who are chatting it up in the chat. I love to see folks using those emojis, especially the custom emojis for use just by Candy K's crew members. Thank you, Monique Poe. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for staying locked in. Yes, Monique Poe says, hi, Candy K. Hi, chat. Welcome in. Monique is another content creator, and she does a lot. She's a member of the basket community, so she makes beautiful gift baskets for birthdays, anniversaries, just because, for corporate events. So if you are a small business or if you are a corporation, she can do customized baskets for your employees or for your vendors. It's the holidays, y'all. It's the season of giving. Check out Monique Poe, 37. She is a member of Candy K's crew and a moderator on this stream. And she, more than anything, she's a content creator. So check out Monique Poe. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Candy K highly recommends. Friends, thank you for being locked in. We are just talking shop. We are learning how to increase our views. So if you've learned a strategy, if you've got a nugget of information that is helping you to get more views on your channel or be a better content creator, maybe how to personalize your thumbnails and get better thumbnails to get more folks clicking on your content, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is Candy K all day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's keep going. Friends, the ways to boost your channel fast. So if you haven't caught a nugget, here's 4 of them. Upload your content when you've got new long format content. It's all edited to the best of your abilities, and you don't have to be perfect. Just do your best. When you're ready to upload it, go ahead and upload. Then, friends, I'm suggesting you wait. Wait, Candy K. Yes, I'm suggesting you wait. Schedule your videos to go public. That wait time, friends, you need to let that new content of yours, you need to let that stuff marinate in YouTube Studio. You need to let it marinate. You need to let the supercomputers do what they do best, and that is find the best viewers to show your thumbnails to for that new content. You got to get it in there and you got to let it marinate so that you could get better views from the start. Consider, friends, do this. How long should we be waiting, Candy K? Friends, you need to give it at least 2 hours. You need to give it at least a 2-hour lead time. But friends, if you really want to get max views on that content, make it public the next day or 2 days, 48 hours after you upload it into the supercomputers. Yes, Candy K, yes. If you're not getting the views you're looking for on your new content, it needs to marinate. Did you let it marinate in the supercomputers called YouTube? Then that is what my suggestion is. Put it in there, lock it in, try to give it at least 48 hours. Y'all, even if you give it an extra 2 hours before it goes public, you're going to get better views on your content. Y'all, this is not what I think. This is what I know, because these are the things that help me to really move my channel forward. Once I figured these things out, it was up, and all the way. And now I am a full monetized content creator getting YouTube checks every month. And you can too, frankly, you can too. Just stay locked in for every episode of Shop Talk 3 times a week. And if you can't make the live streams, catch us on the replay. If you are catching us on the replay, drop down in the comments and let me know so that I can connect to you and I can connect with your channel and we can keep growing together. Hashtag monetization and beyond. Friends, don't forget your community posts. That's what the community posts are to do, is to help you grow your community at the same time that you're trying to get more views on your channel. Give folks a link and give them a reminder that you've got new content coming their way. Friends, if you use other social medias like Facebook, like Instagram, don't forget to go over there. Can I tell you this pro tip? YouTube loves when you use the other social medias to push traffic to YouTube via your content, your new content coming out. Friends, it just makes sense. I'll repeat that pro tip again. YouTube loves when you use your other social medias to push traffic to your YouTube content. So don't forget to do that. The more you do that with intention, the more views you're going to get on your content. Community posts, you get those right through YouTube, and it's just a post. You go through Studio, or you hit the plus sign on your YouTube app, and you can create a post. Friends, and then you want to schedule a premiere. Schedule the content, your newest content going public, and then schedule for later a premiere. You want the key to this thing to having more views, getting more impressions, meaning your content being put on more devices around the world. Don't forget, YouTube is a global social media. Friends, schedule a premiere so that you want as much traffic as possible on your content as soon as it goes public for the first time. So schedule a premiere. How do I create a premiere, Kendi K? I've seen that. Not sure what to do. If you need step-by-steps, Kendi K's got you covered. Check for the link in the description box for the playlist and get all 50 previous episodes of Shoptalk. Friends, as soon as your video does go public, I recommend you do this. Replay your content on as many devices as you can. It's a no-brainer, friend. I do it for several reasons. One, I want the supercomputers seeing that somebody, even if it's me, even if I'm the somebody, am watching Kendi K's content. And so you should be selfish in that respect. Watch your own content as soon as it goes public. And y'all, don't click away early. Watch your content all the way through. Watch your content all the way through. And then that will balance out any friends who initially liked the thumbnail and then they got pulled away, or they said, there's a disconnect here. You watch your own content all the way through. And I always do that so I can get the YouTube computers checking out Kendi K's content and seeing those number of views grow as soon as my new content goes public. Thank you all for joining us. Hey, it is America's High Vibe Coach, Alala. The High Vibe Coach, plant-based nutrition, has joined us as a content creator. She's she's the world's High Vibe Coach. Yes, she says she's taking notes. Yes. Lala says, pro tip, y'all, this is a content creator. Lock in, friends. This is a content creator who has 4 YouTube channels. Yes, I said it, 4 YouTube channels. Friends, lock in with Lala, the High Vibe Coach. Friends, she says she watches her content all day long. And friend, here's another pro tip, friends. Make sure that you replay it on different devices. You've got your computer, your laptop, your iPad, your iPhone. You've got your Android devices. You've got your televisions, your smartphones, your smart TVs. Play it on everything. Play your new content on everything. Now, if you're thinking, I can just drive up my watch hours that way. No, you can't, because YouTube is backed by the power of supercomputers, friends. So they're going to know it's you. Right? And you're going to get some watch time, but friends, they know it's you. So you don't want to do that. And frankly, you can search YouTube, because there are so many creators who had their entire channel and their monetization pulled out from under them from abusing that. I said, watch your content on multiple devices one time all the way through. Get that algorithm flowing as soon as your content first goes public. And the other reason why I watch my content using different devices when it first goes public is because I want to see it as a viewer sees it. I want to see, I put some sound with it. I had some narration and then I had some sound. I want to see, do I have the sound balanced out correctly, or was the sound too loud? Did people have trouble hearing? You can ask those types of questions during a premiere as well, because that means that you and your viewers are in a chat. All eyes are watching at the same time. What a wonderful way to boost views. The more views you get initially within that first 15 to 30 minutes of your new content going public, that's going to be the gas, right? So to speak. That's what's going to put more gas, more thumbnails, more impressions on your good content, and your content will be pushed out farther by the YouTube supercomputers. The more they see people hitting the like button, watching your content, how long they watch your content, hitting the like button, and chatting it up, good or bad, but chatting it up in your comment sections for your videos, the more traffic you're going to get on your content, and they're going to push out your content to more viewers, and those viewers, hopefully they will click on your great thumbnails. Y'all, I hope you by now that you have found some gems, you picked up some little nuggets of information, nuggets of learning that you can immediately put to work on your channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Gemini Diva. Oh, I appreciate that great feedback. La says, Kenny K, you're looking good on the vertical. And y'all, we are streaming. We are maximizing the moment, and we're using the Mars feature available to us now from YouTube Studio. It's coming soon to your devices in the YouTube Studio streaming software. Friends, thank you for that feedback, La. See, that's what we do as content creators, because there is some little workarounds, some tweaks you have to do in order to get a good picture on both the desktop edition that is maximized for viewing on, let's say, your computer or your smart TVs, versus the vertical, which is how most viewers watch YouTube content. Most viewers around the globe watch YouTube content using the vertical mode from their smartphone, but not all viewers. A significant amount of my viewers, they like to watch YouTube on their TVs or on the computers. So you got to follow your analytics. Check out YouTube Studio for your detailed analytics for your channel. Thank you so much. Friends are still chatting it up and collaborating in that chat. I love to see content creators. And Brit Family Fun says, yes, Kenny K, the key word is watch your content one time from all of your devices. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And just as a point of clarification, let me bring that slide back up. Brit, thank you for bringing up that great point for us. Y'all check out Brit Family Fun. Friends, share out a link to your newest video content as soon as it goes public. Share that out using community posts, because that's going to be everyone who has recently watched your content, including your subscribers and your members, if you have paid memberships on your channel, if that is available to you. Also share it out on other social medias. But the one I didn't say was share it through your cell phone as a text message to your friend group. Friends, you want to use the methods and the manners where your content can be put into big groups of folks. Social media and community posts, which is in a way of sorts, it's our social media, but inside YouTube, it's our community post feature. Friends, when you send your content to someone else's cell phone, you just send them a text and say, here's the link. Do you know you're messing up the algorithm? You're messing the YouTube supercomputers are confused. They were like, well, who is this? How did they get here? And do you know what? I know you already know this too. Most times, those friends and family, especially, that you're asking to watch your content, they're not watching. Friends, they're not watching. Listen, look, they're not watching. So you're better off using the community post feature, which are these are the features and these are the methods and manners that YouTube encourages us to use in order to grow our community and get more views on our new content. Y'all, thank you for locking in. Thank y'all for being checked in. I appreciate you and appreciate you commenting and being here with us today for this episode of Shop Talk. Monique Poe says, Candy K, that is sad, but it is true. It is. It is. I don't know why it is, but I just like so many content creators before me, they have all said your family and your closest friends are the ones least likely to watch your content, at least as a new content creator, as your channel is very small and you're finding your way. But I'm so glad that you found your way to Shop Talk, our virtual makerspace for content creators. This is a safe space to connect, to collaborate, and find some viewers who might really want to watch your content. So with that in mind, would you drop in the chat and would you tell us a little bit about what your channel is about? Because I want to shout out some content creators and I want folks to know what you do over on your channel, because that might be just what they needed to know about you and your channel in order to come over there and check you out. And don't forget to drop your channel link using our friend Nightbot. I'll give you a moment to do that, and we'll keep putting out some great elevated chills. Highly recommend. He did a little bit of a really from a content creator perspective. What do you do when you're feeling like you've lost your support? So what great content you put out there, Elevated Chills, and what a great collaboration with another content creator that we all know and love, Stash Cash. Thank y'all for joining us. Absolutely. Monique says, thanks for the shout out. You got it. You've got it, friend. You put out great content. I love your content. And thank you because you inspired me to go check out what's happening over there at Dollar General. And I scored some great Christmas decor for $1. For $1. Y'all check out my content so you can see what I scored. And thanks, Monique Poe, for catching those deals for us. And that's what she likes to do. She likes to show you the clearance and the deals. And she really talks us through some of those things, because sometimes as I'm watching her and how she thinks through and talks us through a clearance aisle, I'm like, man, I would have purchased that. Monique says, that's too high. If it's here when we get back, we'll pick it up then, but it's too high at this moment. Monique, thank you, friend. Monique Poe, you are showing me some things in these stores. Yes, absolutely. We want to thank y'all for joining us for this edition of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. Friends, this episode of Shop Talk is brought to you by Pound Cake Experts, featuring 50 flavors of gourmet pound cake. Yes, Elevated Chills, 50 flavors of gourmet pound cake shipped to you from the great state of Texas, anywhere in the United States. Get those holiday orders in for max time by the end of this week. If you want your pound cake orders delivered by Christmas, get those in. Use the website. It's poundcakeexperts.com, featuring 50 flavors of gourmet pound cake. Check out Pound Cake Experts on all social medias. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for supporting small businesses, buying local. And in this case, you can buy local by shopping online. Thank you. It's a woman-owned business, poundcakeexperts.com. Thank you all for joining me. This train is coming on around the bend now, friends. We are getting all down right through there. Y'all don't forget, drop down in that chat. Tell us a little bit about your channel so that I can let other folks know what you're rocking and rolling with over there, so that we can get folks to your channel. This is a space. Do you want more views on your channel? Tell us a little bit. What do you do over there? Are you a roller skater? Are you a baker? Or do you like to cook? Are you a mom? There's a growing I love the mom community here in the YouTube streets. Are you a woman of a particular age like Kendi K? All day. Kendi K turned 50 in October. And so I'm finding my space and finding my community in these YouTube streets. I've got my favorite content creators, and they're, guess what? Most of them are women of a particular age. But I also love the vibe over there at Elevated Chills. So thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. Friends, we are back to where we started. Here is that visual again with Kendi K's top 4 performing videos based on click-through rate for the last 28 days. Friends, if you picked number 4, the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, that is the video that has a 16.7% click-through rate. Can you believe that? That means out of 100 people who were shown my thumbnail, almost 17 people, 16 out of 100 people. And that's huge. That's a very high click-through rate. Normally, click-through rate starts at about 2%. We hope. YouTube says as a new creator, as a small creator, you should be looking for at least a 2% click-through rate, meaning 2 out of 100 people clicked on your content. And well, that, Mr. Clean, 16.7% click-through rate, and I'm super proud to say that. Pound cake, a lot of folks like that pound cake, and I agree. It has 9.8% click-through rate. So that means almost 10 for every 100 people, 10 of them clicked on Kendi K's pound cake. And then if we look at the second one, 12% click-through rate on the Black Diamond Grout Cleaner. And when I did this and I used Ask Studio, which is a new feature available to us through YouTube Studio, I clicked on that and it said the reason why that it said study your thumbnails and use these high-performing thumbnails to help you to create other thumbnails in similar formats. So a lot of people who picked up on having a few words on their thumbnails, that was a good thing. Look at those crispy photos. And for the Black Diamond Grout Cleaner, the Ask Studio feature gave me feedback and it said the before and the after pictures there. Look at those black grout lines that I was dealing with before in my rental property, and look at how I was able to whiten them. And those are actual photos using the Black Diamond Grout Cleaner. So everybody knows what that's like when we need to whiten that grout. I see new content creators coming in here. We want to welcome in Doses of Shiny. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. We're over here just talking shop as content creators. Welcome in, Doses of Shiny. And she is sharing about her channel. So y'all check out Doses of Shiny. Great channel over there. She says she is sharing her GLP-1 journey and wellness tips. Yes, I'm all locked into wellness, and I'm also on a health journey and a wellness journey myself. So you know why I'm subscribed to Doses of Shiny. Thank you, friend. And thank you for sharing your content with us so that we can put you up on the big screen. You're on the big screen now with Kendi K all day, and this is Shop Talk. Now, the Grinch is good evergreen content too, because I told you all of this content, all 4 of those videos related here, all of these are right. I think one is 11 months old. The rest are a year old. And in the last 28 days, these are the click rates that I have on this content. Friends, it works. It absolutely works. This is how you know it works, because here is the data straight from the YouTube Studio Analytics. Thank you all for joining in. Thank y'all for being locked in. Yes, folks are already looking at Shiny. Don't forget to drop your channel link, friends, so that we can connect, collaborate, and grow our channels to and through full monetization, and beyond. Y'all, thank you for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. Do we have any questions? Every episode of Shop Talk is a live Q&A for content creators. I'm going to hold space for the next couple of moments. If you do have any questions, drop them in the chat. Now is the time for us to talk shop, And if I can't answer it, I've got a content creator collective chatting it up right in that chat right now. Look at those numbers grow. Thank you all for connecting to this stream. And if you did catch a gem or two on ways that you can immediately put into action to grow your channel, let us know. And thank y'all for watching. Thank you for watching, friends. This is Shoptalk, and I'm your content creator. Thank you for watching me. Goodbye for now.